Hey there, Blade Gang. Coming back at you in a big way with a big one today. The Kershaw Strata XL, a Navaja inspired Spanish design knife. A big one and a beauty. I didn't settle for the standard one of that piddly 4+ inch blade. No. We went for the big one, 5.4 inch of D2. Look at that guy. I just dropped something. I'm so excited. Now this guy here, I think is copper. Just landed today, so if I'm not extremely well versed in the knife, it's because I'm sort of checking it out along with you. That's part of the experience. Look at those copper colored standoffs, wide open back, deep carry clip, frame lock, and there's your over travel plate, which is interesting. Runs on bearings, drop shutty, has to be because of its a really huge size. And flipper tab is minimal. You got to get a good grip on it and pull it out, and you got to cut your reflector. I do that all the time, especially today on this one. It is a giant blade. I'm stumbling on my words, and pretty soon I'll be stumbling on my feet. Who the heck knows? And I haven't even had anything to drink. An impressively large knife. And I'm going to read you a few specs from the web here, probably from Blade HQ. One moment. So catching up here with a little background on this beast of a blade. We have black G10, steel handle with copper anodized inserts. So they're not solid copper, they're copper anodized, and I would imagine the standoffs are copper anodized as well. It's a right side up deep carry pocket clip. And it's inspired again by the Spanish Navaja, which was used as a self-defense tool among the Spanish working class many years ago. And I think we're used to seeing it aligned with some of the itinerant peoples of Europe, known as gypsies, and some are offended by the word, but I think it's, a largely understood class of people. I listen to some great music by the Gypsy Kings, by the way. So if anybody's offended by the word, my apologies, but we'll move on. Specifications. Overall length, 12 inches. Yes, you heard that right. 12 inches. Blade length, 5.4 inches. Cutting edge, the same, 5.4. The width of the blade, top to bottom, 1.375 inches. Blade thickness is a thinner 0.125 inches. It's of D2, clip point blade, bead blast finish. Handle length, this is a 1.5 knife, 6.60 inches. And a handle thickness of really only 0.48 inches, under a ½ inch. The weight, 5.8 ounces, so it's light for this size. It's a manual flipper, model number 2077, considered to be an everyday carry blade. So you could carry this, deep carry, yes. Sinks right down into the pocket. I don't have my jeans example here today, but you can see that loop clip is going to bring it right down flush with the top of your pocket. And just a bit over 5 ounces. Not bad. Thin. Steel on the frame lock side. Copper anodizing. Gonna move it out and away. See if I can flip it for you without it hitting my background. Carving up this silver background I'm using. And, you know, yeah, make sure you're not pressing on the, what I was just doing. Make sure you're not pushing on the lock bar, or it's going to be difficult opening. This is so big that really, and with the weight of the blade, we could do one of these, right? No problem. Let me back out a little bit. That might be part of the problem. It's a big knife, so got to widen out the screen here. Nice G10, kind of textured here, and milled out, smoothed, almost polished in that region there. Further sculpted here. Got a nice relief for the locking bar. And there's your very characteristic Navaja handle. These are the knives that when they are made in Spain, and you know the ones I'm talking about, they have the lock up here and it gives kind of a almost a loud ratcheting sound when they're opened. And that's part of what gets your attention if someone were to open one on you. They were made for self-defense, but make a great EDC as well. Yeah, look at how much I've got hanging off the end there. Effective jimping for the thumb. Plenty of room for your thumb. You can creep forward a little bit, but I wouldn't get too confident in that position, really. Keep it back here. It's a flat, ergonomically comfortable hand. It's not hand filling side to side, but you got plenty of top to bottom width. How about a few comparisons? I have some excellent examples to compare. How about a cold steel Frenzy? Believe it or not, the Frenzy edges this out by just a bit. The blade length on the Frenzy is just about identical. The handle length on the Frenzy is about a ½ inch or so longer. And of course the Frenzy is a lockback in S35VN. And then we have another large knife I reviewed recently, the Max Ace Goliath 2. Except he's no Goliath next to the Strata. Crazy. Look at that. Change the perspective a little bit, it's going to look even larger. So it is a long knife. Not quite as heavy. This is in the over 6-ounce range for the Goliath. But about the same thinness and weight. Let's see. Yeah, about the same as the Frenzy. I'm going to rely on the online specs and not bother pulling out the scale, but I would say the Frenzy and the Strata are about the same weight. Let's take another look. Drops very smoothly. It is on bearings, I verified that. Gave them a little bit of KPL right before this video, just to make sure it stays smooth. Again, if you're opening it, you have to be careful on any frame lock that you're not putting pressure on the frame lock. So if I don't, it opens nicely. But there's a lot of leverage that needs to be exerted on that itty-bitty little flipper tab. Could it be larger? I don't know that it needs to be. This is also a knife you can easily open with 2 hands. I mean, you could even pinch it, start it going, and flick it open. There's a lot of ways to open this blade. It is drop shutty enough where you got to make sure you get your fingers out of the way before it does drop. Branding wise, just Kershaw on the clip. And there is your model number 2077 with the Kai logo, D2. There's your Kershaw logo. And I believe, nope, that doesn't mean that. That's just simply your Kershaw logo. I think it's, what it means is it's their design, somebody told me. So it's an in-house design. It is made in China. If you don't like that, you can go running away now. Not defending things made overseas, but you're probably using a lot of them and don't even know it, particularly your phones. So I'm not going to say it's a good thing or a bad thing. It's up to you. Really, really is. If you don't want to buy something made in China, in Taiwan, what have you, that is absolutely your business, and you're neither right nor wrong, but you do what you like to do. I hope you enjoyed this overview of the Kershaw Strata XL. There is a Strata which comes in a bit over 4 inches. I don't have the exact specs in front of me, so if you don't like something this humongous, that's fine. We're talking a street price of $75 on this and an MSRP of $120, so a little bit less for the smaller one. Really falling into the budget category, so you got a budget behemoth here. Remarkable blade. Hope you enjoyed this. Don't forget to give it a like and subscribe if you haven't already. This old sword, signing out.